Thank you, Divya. In fact, Chennai goes to the polls in a few days. It's always been a key state, a swing state. Many say the pendulum here swings every 5 years. But what are the real issues confronting voters in this election? I'm joined by a cross-section of discerning voters, from a college vice principal to a lawyer to an environmentalist and a public relations guru here from Chennai. Ma'am, if I can come to you first. What are the issues that matter to you as a voter? What will you vote on?
I think the biggest issue today, which is troubling everybody, is the terrible steep price rise, Sanjay. Prices have gone up, and the second thing is job losses. Many companies are working for half a day, they're not paying their staff, and the staff dare not give up their job because they won't find another. I think this is one major issue, and the second major issue is also the kind of Gunda Raj we've had. Terror everywhere, and so I think people are looking for good candidates, decent human beings, and that's why I'm supporting the BJP and L. Ganeshan, because Mr. Ganeshan is a very good human being.
South Chennai. Venkat, to you, what about the Sri Lankan Tamil issue? Is it only in the minds of political parties and workers, or also in the minds of common voters? Does it make a difference to you as a voter or to people connected to you?
Before I answer your question, possibly on account of our political history, one finds that Tamil Nadu, more often than not, it is not the national issues that count. It is the local issues. But as you rightly said, Sri Lankan Tamil's issue is a very... It's
almost like a local issue because it concerns only Tamil Nadu.
Absolutely. Because I find, my staff, my driver and people like that talking very animatedly about the Sri Lankan issue. Now that certainly is an issue.
What about you? What about intellectuals like yourself?
Now, the other issues according to me are price rise. The essential commodities have increased drastically over the last few months. That's going to be certainly an issue. The other issue is the power cut, the 40-45% power cut. That is certainly an issue. To a lesser extent, probably law and order. The common man does not feel safe on the roads.
Okay. Ma'am, what about you?
Yeah, exactly. I echo his point, especially on the law and order issue. Have you ever heard of trains being hijacked? We don't even know what mode of transport to choose to reach your place of work and get back home safely. So the law and order has deteriorated so badly, and we don't even know whether it is safe to go to a police station and say that something is wrong. We don't know where to go and what to do. I think the common man should have the feeling of security within himself, that he is safe to live another day. So that is the main issue I would be thinking about, and being constantly in touch with the youth. See, as Madam pointed out, there are job losses everywhere. So what about new appointments? Where are the youth going from here? How many of them will have the means to pursue a higher education? So what happens to the millions of graduates who are turned out? They are not knowing what to do in future, having a big question mark before them. They shouldn't go astray. That is my main concern.
Ashwin, what about you? I mean, as a young voter, what about the campaigns that we've seen? There are hate speech. There have been inflammatory speeches as well, people playing to the gallery.
Well, I think the voters today can see through a lot of it. They know that there is a lot of posturing that is happening. But having said that, I think the Sri Lankan issue could, for just sheer fact, I mean, as a public relations, media relations professional, I see it getting the most media, So that might actually be playing on the voters. But I hope not, because there are bigger issues like governance, which I think has been the biggest issue for me as a voter.
Well, there you heard it, the Sri Lankan Tamil issue really not dominating this election, but there are more issues that affect the common man that many people, many discerning voters feel they would vote on.